Hey everybody, back here with another Funko box review. Very late on doing this one. I think partially just because I'm lazy, and partially because I just really wasn't too thrilled with this box, so I wasn't in any rush to get out here and show off what's in this box here. I did my Doctor Strange box review yesterday, which just came a couple days ago. Doctor Strange is the Marvel box for October. I was pretty excited for that one. It's a character that I really don't have any collectibles for that I own, merchandise, anything like that. So was very psyched to get some Doctor Strange products, especially with the new movie around the corner. But this one here is for the Star Wars Funko box for September. Is the Death Star theme. So when that theme was announced, was very much excited to see what they were going to come up with. There's a lot of possibilities there. There's a couple hits and misses here for me, so we'll just get right into it. So here's the box here. You got Vader on the cover. Pretty safe choice for a Death Star box. Maybe you should have put the Death Star on it, but nitpicking. So patch and pin. Mine is upside down, but there's your Stormtrooper for the pin and Darth Vader patch. So again, pretty safe bets. Could have went with the Death Star again. Just saying, maybe a TIE Fighter. Gotta think of these things. Okay, so get right into it. So the T-shirt is actually pretty cool. Again, it's the Funko pop vinyl style characters on the shirt. They chose to go with a gray T-shirt for this box, which I'm very happy about. I like when they mix up the colors and they go with gray or navy blue or something. So we got a little matchup here, very apropos for the Death Star. Vader versus Obi-Wan Kenobi there. Battle of the Death Star, Vader versus Kenobi. So I like it. Definitely a good choice to fit this theme. Obviously, an iconic moment of all the Star Wars movies, and ultimately saw the demise of our beloved old Obi-Wan. But my only hope or recommendation, since they went with a design like this, I'm very much a fan of like the old style, old time boxing type posters, boxing matchup posters. It's like that classic, boxing match poster you see in the old boxing gyms or things like that. Funko has actually given us a couple T-shirts in that style in the past. And since they went with like a versus, design here between Vader and Obi-Wan, I really would have loved to have seen a design like that. I thought that would have, went perfectly with a shirt like this. You could really go all out, say this is the main event. But, what do you have before the main event? Undercard, okay, have, Rebels versus Stormtroopers, or, Rebels versus Trash Compactor. I don't know. It's ridiculous, but you could have thrown in some goofy things. A couple other taglines. See it before it disappears. Wink, wink. Obi-Wan. Pile of robes. Nothing. Okay, it's really quiet in here, and it's really quiet in here. By the way, because my children are not in the home right now. They're out a dance class right now with their mother. So that is why I'm taking this opportunity to do the video right now, because I have Silencio in the home right now. So if any of you have actually seen my Doctor Strange review from yesterday that I tried to do with the kids to have something fun for them to do and get involved and do the unboxing with me, that kind of snowballed into a pile of dung. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that again, but this is why you're quiet right now. So again, cool shirt. we'll definitely be rocking that. Just kind of wish it would have gotten a little bit more in depth with the design. Could have kind of brought in some new ideas with that. Luggage tag, Death Star luggage tag. For someone who travels quite frequently, useful, obviously. I may just give this to my son. Maybe he can just kind of, attach it to his backpack just as a fun little extra. He has little keychains and stuff. Him and my daughter both have little keychains and stuff. They just kind of add on to the zippers and on their backpacks, make it a little more fun. But for me personally, it's filler. I'm sorry. Funko has really expanded at a brisk pace, especially in the last year or two, with all the other products that they have to offer, especially products that are non-figure related. And by figure I mean pop vinyl, Dorbs, mystery minis, the vinyl vixens, the pop plush, things like that. I know they're doing like the string party lights, pens, mugs. They're doing all sorts of other products that are not exactly toys. And this box would have been a perfect opportunity for them to incorporate something like that. And again, playing devil's advocate, they plan these boxes out months and months in advance, I'm sure. So a product that's out on the shelves today wasn't exactly manufactured and ready for production distribution 9 months ago, right? So at least not to have been included in a monthly box. So I get it, but again, this just feels like something last minute tacked on. But for people who just want to add something cool to their backpack or bag or whatever, great. If you travel a lot, obviously this is a great idea to attach your suitcase, but for me it feels a little cheap. So this month we were actually lucked out and we got 2 pop vinyls. So the first one is Grand Moff Tarkin. Obviously remember him from being aboard the first Death Star station. Actually featured quickly at the very end of Revenge of the Sith. I know they had a younger actor play him. So very iconic character, despite only being in one movie and a couple seconds of episode 3. And I'm actually surprised that Funko went this long without making a Tarkin figure and being able to save him until this Death Star box. So it's great. Looks for a little pop vinyl, they did a great job with the detail. It's going to be kind of hard to see in the window here. You can see just a little bit. They actually, and I believe this is one of the first times they've done something like this. They've actually kind of altered the structure of the head, of the face. They don't normally do that, I guess, with a lot of their pop vinyls. But to kind of make his cheekbones stand out, which is kind of like a defined definition. Peter Cushing, the gentleman who played this character. Obviously, it's a little bit easier to see here on the side panel, but it's not something just kind of like airbrushed on. I mean, they actually sculpted the head, the face to have those defined cheekbones. So it's a small touch, but it was good design aspect there to incorporate that. They could have just made him without that, and I'm sure he would have still been widely accepted. But again, very, very cool figure. He's got a green suit there, green uniform. I thought it was gray in the movie, but I haven't watched episode 4 in quite a long time, so that's something I'll look up. I'll pay a little bit more attention to next time I watch that. But definitely very happy to have this one and to add it to the collection. So the second pop and last product here in the box is one I definitely have a problem with. Not the character so much, but Darth Vader. Personally, my first Darth Vader. And, a very, very cool pose. He's got holding his lightsaber, and he's actually kind of doing he's got his hand out there, so it's kind of a between maybe a force choke or using the force somehow. The problem I have with this, and I've seen the products beforehand, so that's why I kind of have some thoughts in my mind, as we're speaking here on the fly. Actually, right here, it's Darth Vader in parentheses Bespin. For if you don't know, if you don't know why you're watching this, that's Cloud City from Empire Strikes Back, the only movie out of the original trilogy to not feature a Death Star. Why are you featuring a character from a film that does not feature a Death Star in the Death Star themed box? It's just strange, and even the pose itself. I know some people kind of went back and looked around. I mean, the only time that Vader had his lightsaber out was with obviously with the iconic duel with Luke at the end of Empire, and he never really struck a pose like this during their battle. He kind of it stopped when Luke has his hand cut off and he's reaching out to him and giving him the whole speech about joining him the whole bit. But that was that he has fist up, like join me and the whole bit. So he never really kind of had this pose at any moment in Empire. It's kind of like his Funko just said, hey, let's make a really neat looking Vader, which by me, yeah, awesome, great, go for it. But it's not a Vader from the Death Star, Like, I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm nitpicking or being, ungrateful. I'm not. I mean, I'm grateful to have a Vader in my collection now. It's not one I've gotten before. They've actually, compared to the very first Vader that Funko made, this is like above and beyond. And I've seen the Vaders that they introduced in the Rogue One pop vinyl line. There's the standard one, the Rogue One line. There's a GameStop exclusive force choke pose, I believe, and those are like super detailed, especially like I said, compared to the very first Vader pop vinyl that Funko put out for everybody. So the design is fantastic. It's just the whole point of these monthly boxes that they follow a theme. It's not just Vader. It was Death Star. So, they could have found something, some sort of Vader pose from A New Hope, with his duel with Obi-Wan, or even something from the duel with Luke at the end of Return of the Jedi, I know they've done an unmasked Vader before, but, I don't know. They maybe could have retooled something for a different version of Unmasked Vader, or one where it looks like he's, in the midst of being struck by the Emperor's Force Lightning, when he's picking up the Palpatine. Anything like that. Something with, his hand after Luke had cut his hand off at the end of their duel. So that's just my main gripe with this. If you're going to follow closely to a theme, then really stick with it. This is a step even further below the issue I had with the R2-D2 from the Jabba's Palace theme. Nitpicking, but that him in the apparatus serving the drinks, which is what he was doing aboard Jabba's sail barge, is not Jabba's palace. You could have picked a different character, picked someone from the Max Rebo band or anything else that really would have screamed Jabba's palace, and we didn't get that. And you're going a step further and saying, not only is this not a Vader from a Death Star, but he's from Bespin, he's from Empire Strikes Back, which doesn't have a Death Star. So whatever. That's it. Overall, okay box. The Tarkin. It definitely makes it. The T-shirt's not bad. Here's your insert with the the designs for the pops and everything in the box. And the spoiler for November's box is obviously Rogue One, in anticipation of the movie coming out in December. Funko already went weeks and weeks ago and announced the 2 pop vinyls that will be in that box, which is something they haven't really done before, like to go out and release spoilers like that, months in advance. Not really sure about that decision, why it was made, and I presume they did it because all the Rogue One stuff, all the merchandise came out at the very end of September, and for people who go and look at the numbers, and they try to string all the numbers together and see which characters are in the lineup. I'm sure there was 2 numbers that would be left blank in the lineup, which would belong to the 2 pops that will be in the box next month, or I'm sorry, in December. So I guess maybe Funko just wanted to say, hey, here's who the missing pops will be. They are characters that already have representation in the Rogue One line, so we're not getting anybody new or different that hasn't already been put out by now. Would have liked to seen, maybe at least 1 new character that you can't get in the standard stores or online somewhere, to make a little bit special. But here's hoping they pack the rest of the box with something cool, no luggage tags, and that's it. So that's it for this box. Again, November next month, we're looking to the Villains of Batman for the Legion of Collectors DC box, and what else we got? Oh, Star Wars is actually next month. Rogue One will be next month, November. And December, the next Marvel box will be X-Men. So I'm definitely excited for that one. There is a ton of X-Men out there, so very interested to see if they pack the box full of Wolverines, or if we'll get a variety of X-Men, team members. So that's it for now. We'll see you again next month. Thanks for watching.